Hello, Guildies. Welcome back to another episode of Guild Wars 2. I remain, as always, your host, Trellin. We are here today with Torthin and little buddy Gara. That idiot is introducing a YouTube video and stream, jerk. Being so rude. In case you couldn't hear it, that guy said, no, what is that idiot doing? So rude. So yeah, today we are going to be hopping back into, finishing up this ether stuff that we've been doing, the Living World Season 1 finale. That's a cool looking mount. What's that mount look like? That's such a cool looking mount. What is that? I wish you... Like, you don't really get to inspect people in this game, so I don't know what this mount is. But that's such a cool looking... Look at it! It looks so awesome! It's all crystally, and it's like a lion. Without a mane, it's a girl lion. It's got like a goatee going on. Okay, anyway. I've been nice and productive today. I've done all my stuff. I cleaned the whole damn house, including cleaning both of the bathrooms, cleaned the kitchen, swiffered the floors, swept the floors first, cleaned up my whole damn yard, I weeded, I mowed the lawn. I am pooped. I was gonna go play Commander with my cousin tonight, but he got a little bit busy, so he had to cancel, which, you know, that happens. So I might do some like grocery shopping and stuff later, but for now, we're Guild Wars 2-ing. Let's connect those pieces. I also have a March of the Machines booster box coming in today at some point, so that's pretty cool. That's exciting news for me. I know it's better to buy singles. I just like the joy of opening. It's like gambling. Alright, so we are fighting off the attacking Ether Blades by murdering the elite Ether Blade of Vanguard. We can do that. Alright, Vanguard. Get your booty hole over here. Present your booty hole. That's a big bada boom. Okay, that's... Alright, I did not do good timing on that one. We'll do better time... What the fuck? I'm getting knocked on my ass. I demand that you release me. Alright, so... No. Okay, so it's like after... Okay, that one's not going to knock me around. So it looks like weirdly after the circle goes away is when I need to dodge. I don't like that this guy gets so much evading going on. He's an evade machine. Let's do one of these. Alright, so we dodge there. Yeah, there we go. That's the weirdest, the weirdest timed telegraph I think I've seen in this game so far. Who's this? Captain Ellen Keel. What were you doing, girl? Where you been at? Alright, goes away. And I think I missed the dodge that time, but it's okay because I had my, my stability up. Don't like the amount of evading this guy does. I like that Ellen Keel has gone... Oh, thank you for doing nothing, girl. I appreciate that. I like that she's gone from a guard captain to a captain. Okay, so he does kind of knock you down first, huh? At least that's what it seemed like. Oh, wait, I'm getting exploded. Oh, okay. I don't think I quite have this guy's timings down. And he's going to be dead before too long, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get a chance to get his timings down. Luckily, I was just in alpha for that one. Oh, he's doing it twice. Okay, yeah, so he definitely does a knockdown first. So we have to dodge, like, in the middle and at the end. Just making it extra confusing. Talk with Ellen Keel about the attack.
citizen.
I owe you one again, Commander. Unfortunately, it looks like we were both too late to this disturbance. What happened? The Etherblades staged a smash and grab from the other side of a new mist portal. Come with me, I need to debrief Sheriff Siriam, the officer in charge of the jails. Alright, let's move. Telling me we failed after all that? I mean, we did fail pretty hard in that fight. We got knocked around by that dude. He knocked us all over the place. He did the knock around. She's level 1 and she's in charge of the prisons here? That doesn't seem like a good choice.
So fast. Scarlet's minions were everywhere. They had our backs to the wall from the very beginning. One of them broadcast Scarlet's voice. She said, "Vacation's over, Mai. I have work for you in the mists." The invaders took Mai to a portal outside. They had to fight past a squad of Lion Guard to get there. And 2 strangers, a golem and a Norn lad with a fearsome mace.
Oh no.
After Mai entered the portal, the golem went after her. The Norn shouted for it to stop, but it wouldn't. It declared, "Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing." And actually ran faster.
It didn't know what it was doing. That's for sure. Alright, so we're asking Captain Keel about Scarlet. Hello, Kanak.
Don't bother me. I'm thinking.
I remember seeing you on South Sun Cove. I've changed since then. Well, I haven't been to South Sun Cove because they left that part of the story out. So I hope you can put my misdeeds aside. I have a few questions for you. Okay, we don't really know you, so I actually don't care. Don't care. Oh yeah, I did some refinement crafting on my main character, so now we have more space in our inventory. Because, you know, we cleared that up.
Stay out of trouble.
Scarlet wouldn't retrieve my Trin without a good reason. This has gone far enough. I'm going to take this to the council and demand we bring them both to justice. My friends and I are after Scarlet as well. Do you have any leads? Aside from the latest crises, the Lion Guard has reported a number of Steam devices across the countryside. Everyone in the bay here, look. Or even one in the bay here, look. We have divers checking it out. What do you think it's doing? Captain Shud claims it's a probe, but we can't remove it easily. You shouldn't be able to see, or you should be able to see it from here with the spyglass. I really, before I started doing these recordings, I thought that I was capable of reading, but I'm not so sure anymore. Let's have a look. It's a weird spyglass we're using that, like, snakes around in its vision. There it be. What do you think? It's too deep to scrap easily. It looked pretty shallow to me. But maybe we'd find something to track Scarlet. This is the first one I've seen turn green. Is that new? What? Let me see. Blast, that's a change. It could have something to do with this jailbreak. I'm going to marshal everyone I can to this investigation. I'm going to go after Bram. Send anything you find to Marjorie Delacroix. I'll clear you to access the mist portal Trin escaped into as soon as the area is secure. Feel free to interview the witnesses here as well. Thanks. This time we'll corner Scarlet for good. What you got to say, son?
Please move along.
Second time those ether blades have caused a ruckus here in the fort. Don't tell Magnus I said so, but we're outmatched here. You don't think the fort's defenses are enough? Against air attack or hijack in the portals? We weren't ready and lost a prisoner. Bad sign if you ask me. Hopefully this prompts better security.
Out with it.
Thanks for the assist, Commander. I knew the new portal was trouble. Where does it go? They call it the Edge of the Mists, another battlefield between realms in the mists. First time the battle was flowed back to here, though. Curse those ether blades. They'll pay for this. What about you, Lion God with the mask?
Excelsior.
I cut the power to the gates when we realized what was happening, but they had already extracted the prisoner. Next time, I'll detonate the thing. Shutdown protocols be damned. Did you see Bram and Timey? The Norn and the progeny? They ran through the gate chasing the attackers. Once we cycle the gate's etheric matrix, I'll have this open again. Hopefully they're intact over there. I'll go after them as soon as it's ready. I'm ready. Loading in. Alright, so Lion's Arch has changed, so it's not whatever we just saw in the instance there, it's this thing now. Edge of the Mists Portal. This is a place that I've only ever gone for this story. Once before. Which is a shame, because it seems like it's like a whole thing. But, yeah. All the other stuff is actually in, you know, the real Mist Battlegrounds. These ones. Mist's Arena team. Well, everything's blue. Are we blue? Am I blue? I might be blue. Well, if everything's blue, that's great. Okay.
Surprised to find you sitting still, short pants. The way you
Short
took off,
pants?
I figured you'd be halfway to Mount Maelstrom by now.
Scruffy, my golem, broke down. And I still learned more in the short time I've been here than you have in your whole life.
What happened? Why did your silly magical machine man stop working?
I was studying that strange device, but every time I got too close, it zapped me and knocked me back. Eventually, Scruffy's power cells shorted out and pieces of him fell off. That activated his emergency mode. So he followed protocol like he's supposed to. He carried me here, spit me out, and then powered down. And you've got a lot of nerve calling Scruffy silly with those clothes and that haircut.
So your golem's dead. Why don't you just walk out of here?
Same reason you don't fly out, because I can't. My ears, how thick are you? See these legs? They don't work right. I can't walk very far unassisted.
Sorry. I didn't know. What did you learn about those, things you were studying before your golem broke?
As if you'd understand. Alright, I've got nothing but time, so let's give it a go. They appear to be survey probes, for the purpose of identifying high-energy thermic channels and matrices.
So it's like magical energy is a swirling storm, and these things are mapping it.
Trifle simplistic, but yes, that's exactly the case.
Okay, truth time. Why did you run away from me? Why did you come here in the first place?
It's not personal. I just wanted to see Scarlet's handiwork up close. Her marionette was amazing. Inspiring. When I saw her minions running through a portal, I followed them.
You were supposed to stay with me. I told you to stop.
Soja tells me to do stuff all the time. So does Vorp. I don't listen to them either.
What's your story anyway, Tiny? How does a little thing like you get into such big trouble?
It's tiny, and I'm a progeny prodigy. I've got important people fighting for the right to be my teacher.
Important people, huh? Are they real people? Or just big-eared figments of your overactive imagination?
They're real, but they all want to tell me what to learn. I'd rather be like Scarlet and pick my own courses.
Wolf's tail, girl. Don't be too much like Scarlet, okay? One's way too many.
Alright, so we learned some important stuff. She knows Zoja. She has some kind of disability that makes it so she can't walk that well. Yeah, we got some interesting information there. Glad to see a friendly face, Torthen Stormhold. I'm stuck here watching over this Asuran kid, so I appreciate the company. If you need to get going, though, I'd understand. The probe in the bay at Lion's Arch started turning green. Know anything? Why would Bram know anything about that? I don't like the sound of that. It means Scarlet's machines are doing something, and that something is never good. Timey was investigating the probes around here. Let's ask her. Good
Tell me
idea.
more about the probes you examined.
They're well designed. They emit pulsed eldritch waves that register the relative strength of all local ambient magic.
Like the way bats hunt? They let out a chirp and react to what that chirp bounces off of.
Right again! I'm clearly a good influence on you.
What do you think those probes of Scarlet's are looking for?
Best guess? The transcendent magic channels that span the globe. Old-fashioned synergetics texts call them ley lines. Normally you can't see them or touch them, but they're real. Magic finds its own path, like rivers running to the sea. The probes are trying to identify the biggest and strongest of these ley lines, but I'm not sure why. Not yet.
So they found one in Lion's Arch? Felicitations, Torthen Stormhold. Scruffy here got kicked around by the probe's defensive capabilities, and I need to replace a few parts. Bram can't go because he's watching over me. Can you help? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. I learned the hard way that you can't get too close to Scarlet's probes without getting zapped. Scruffy lost some crucial components in the process, but he managed to get me here before he shut down. What can I do? I can't collect the parts myself. Shiro.
Do your worst. I could use a laugh.
I can't collect the parts myself, and Bram here won't leave me unprotected. If you find any of Scruffy's parts, bring them to me and I'll do the rest. No worries, I'm here for you. You're the best. Scruffy's auto repair will have him moving with enough time, but this will greatly expedite it. The probes were in a chamber below, the central island. And again, thanks. I'd better get to it then.
Will, what was your golem's name again?
Scruffy.
Will Scruffy work again if you get the stuff you need? I'd get it for you, but I can't leave you unprotected.
You're sweet. And absolutely. I built him for maximum ease of maintenance. All he needs are some replacement parts. He may be rough around the edges, but when he's whole, Scruffy is as reliable as an entropic crystal regulator.
Ah, that's good then. Right?
Ram, will you tell me a story while we wait?
After you ran off on me, and all the abuse you heaped on me since we got here, I get plenty of that back in Cragstead.
You don't spend much time around Asura, do you? We only abuse people we like, or those we're trying to improve.
That's an incredibly
Fine,
toxic
I'll assume
mindset.
you like me.
More reason to hate Asurans.
Once upon a time, there was a brave and handsome Norn named Bram.
Ah, I've heard this one already. From you. Twice.
I like their interactions. This might be one of the few times that I've liked Bram. And I know that some people find Taimi annoying and kind of like Mary Sue-ish, and I can see that, but I don't know. I like her personality here. It's pretty good. So it looks like we got one in the middle. Gonna go advance. Oh, I'm assuming Taimi's in every one of the starting areas. Well, we've got the best one, because it's the Coden one. And Coden ones are the best ones. So let's go this way. Look at that. I didn't hold down jump, so we didn't bring out the broom. I'm not even sure if I could bring out the broom, actually. Can I bring out the broom? Nope, I can't bring out the broom. Bring out the broom. Can't bring out the broom, baby. Bring out the broom. Can't bring out the broom, baby. Bring ice blocks to the Forge Master to forge Koda's hammer. There's a bale. There's a bridge that I could attack, and that makes me nervous. Okay, this is like the middle area. I should have gone out of here. I'll still go out of here. It's kind of cool just to like see this area, though. This isn't the one that I went through the one other time I came through here, so I don't know. Oh, hey, look! There's gatherable stuff here. Isn't that fancy? Fancy Nancy. This looked like an exit, but it looks like the exit's actually above me. But that's okay. Looks like we can exit over here, too. Spinach! We can't mount here, can we? We cannot mount here. Interesting. I guess this was made before mounts, and then was one of the areas in the game that was just kind of abandoned and never updated or anything. There's several of those. Alright, so there's another one of those ice bridges. Where's the spinach? There's the spinach. What am I doing? I could be zoomy zoom. I can zoom it. I can get on a Zoom meeting. Very COVID era right there. Spinach. The atch that is spin. And fast again. New event nearby. We We definitely don't want to go down there, now do we? We're going out this way. Ooh, it's a big old bell. Bell tower. Yum. Ah, bonk. Oh god, that hurt me a lot more than I thought it was going to, actually. I thought it was going to do like maybe half my health. Veteran Troll Brute. Brutus. Let's go kill him. Regenerates health, leaps, throws. Just throws, you know, as you do. Now, this is a pretty tough veteran. Ow! Okay, apparently there was some kind of thing there that I just didn't... Oh, okay. I'm not getting the warnings from this. That the knockdowns and what have you is coming. Ah, lordy, coming. Yeah, you're not getting me that time. I'm on to your wily ways. Haha! Get wild. Oh. Why does he just get to sit here and regen? I wasn't quite onto that wily way, and I don't know how to deal with that. I guess we just gotta kill him. Ooh, dodging. We get into sick dodge rolls. There we go. Loot that up. Retake this. Make it more blue again. We got the blue again. We got the blue again. Slowly we got the blue again, that is. Surely I can't jump across here. I guess we proceed this way. Oh, invaders, you say? Where are they? Oh, they're way up there. Well, we're not going way up there. Snow cherry saplings. Oh, we got the iron ore. Or what? I'm so funny. Yep.
Faster.
Can I bell the bell? Oh, that's a thing apparently. Ring a bell to summon a spirit of Coda. Wow, there's a bunch of things that I didn't realize were even a thing here. And this is just claimable. So I might as well do that. Is there another one that's just claimable over there? Yeah, people don't really come here and do this place, I don't think. I mean, it's technically given us some World v World XP, so I'll take it. Ain't never gonna complain about some free World v World SP.
Faster.
That's a nice little pretty area. It looks pretty Elden Ringy, actually. I'm getting some Elden Ring vibes. Collecting stuff while we're here. Might as well. And away we go. Varied mushrooms. There's all kinds. Okay. This is where, yeah, this is where I need to go. Apparently I'm too low. Shoddy got low, too low. Got too low, is what we're saying here.
Faster.
Faster! Ah, golem parts. I see them. Oh, why is my participation so low? That's not good. Has being in here lowered my overall participation? I mean, it looks like it, right? I'm all the way down at 45. I'm usually at like 195, whatever the max is. Gold ore I don't really care about. Oh look, there's somebody that actually is doing this and getting killed by another person that's actually doing this. I kind of want to drop down here. This looks like a little secret. What do you think? I should probably drop down there, huh? I think so. We're going for it. Oh, I can't. Okay. I guess that decision was made for me. Was that the golem part that I was supposed to find? I mean, I clicked on it, but it's still there on my map.
Faster!
So clearly it didn't, like, finish. A little bit unsure about what's going on there. What's going on? And I say, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I say, hey, what's going on? Sky Pirates. Well, we got the rich gold, but we don't really care about gold. We got ether blades. They gonna be tough. I'm getting hurt. Oh, I'm getting very hurt. Right. I didn't realize that these things were just god tier. That's good to know. I have been murdered. Well, it's time to hope that we got the things that we needed, because they just murdered my face off. Like a face off. You found them! Scruffy's as good as fixed! All I need to do is install them and recalibrate the internal thermic resonance matrix. Bram and I will be out of here in no time. Thanks! You're welcome.
Are we still going to be friends when we get back?
Wait, are we friends now?
I think so. You don't boss me around as much as other adults. And when you ask a question, you let me answer it.
Well, I'm friends with Frostbite. He can't even talk. So yes, Tiny. We'll still be friends.
Not if you keep calling me Tiny.
Yeah, Bram's not terrible here. I like him.
It wasn't me.
Hello again, Torthin Stormhold. Scruffy's auto repair still has some work to do, so do me a favor and talk to me to help pass the time? I did have a few questions for you. Ask me anything. I'll keep my knowledge to speculation ratio at 9 to 1 or better. Tell me about how you ended up here. Well, we already know that. You mean your golem? Are you injured? What happened to your legs? I was born this way. My legs were never strong enough to carry me very far. Don't pity me, though. I hate pity. And I don't need it because I do just fine for myself. I can see that. Can your legs be cured? That remains to be seen. The degenerative... Why can I not say that word right now? The degenerative effects of my condition may spread to other parts of my body as I get older. But for now, it's just the legs. How far can you walk? I can get in and out of Scruffy when I need to. For example, I can walk from my bedroom to the water closet. Just don't ask me to be your partner in a dance marathon. Apparently, Taimi is British. She refers to the bathroom as the water closet. She could also be Japanese. They do that too. Scruffy? You mean your golem? His name is Scruffy, and I built him from scratch. He's got some quirks, but he's also got some features no one else has ever even heard of. He's my conveyance, butler, and battle armor, all rolled into one. I have a few more questions. We already got that. Okay, so why did you come here? What did you hope to learn? I intended to examine Scarlet's probes, which would allow me to explore 2 subjects at once. What is Scarlet up to, and how does she create such fantastic equipment? It is decaying my Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna have to, like, rebuild that up from scratch now. That is the worst. That's terrible. I intended to examine Scarlet's probe. Okay, what did you learn about the probes? Not as much as I wanted to. I think they're designed to identify ley lines, the channels that magical energy follows as it crisscrosses the globe. Can you explain ley lines? I'll try. They're analogous to ocean currents or atmospheric weather patterns. Okay. But with magic instead of water or air. Magic flows in cycles, and ley lines are the paths it chooses to follow. What does Scarlet want with ley lines?
You know Scarlet attended each of the 3 colleges, and that she worked with the inquest? Oh, and that she...
If you believe the rumors. I talked with an Asura named Vorp. He says it was all bunk. I'm inclined to agree.
I know what Vorp says, but her twisted creatures weren't bunk. The Hollow Pirates either. Some Asura are just jealous.
That's enough about Scarlet for now. Dormax too. You really need a new hero.
Well, do something heroic enough and I might change my mind.
No idea yet. Mapping ley lines could allow her to identify the places of power where they converge. I need more time to figure it out for sure. Why are you so fascinated by Scarlet? In a word, freedom. She studied all over the world. She sets her own agenda, and she gets to build whatever she thinks up. Villainy aside, that's every genius's dream. True, but I'm not going to put her villainy aside. Most people aren't. Hey, you asked. I never said she was a role model or moral paragon. I just like her work and envy the opportunities she has. Okay. Well, peace out, you guys. I'm just going to go right back to Lion's Arch here. Now that I've completely depleted my World v World participation bar without realizing that's what was happening. Sorting out Scarlet's plans. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that Scarlet's actions aren't as random as they seem. There's a pattern here, something she's working toward, and we need to figure it out. I called in every favor I had with the Priory, and they're sending us the evidence they collected around Scarlet's crimes so far. They're shipping it all to the Dead End Bar, so we can start piecing it together. Get here as soon as you can. We need to see if they're going to finally get... We need you if we're going to finally get some answers. I was fixing my headset and losing track of what I was reading there. So, yeah, I guess we are going to Dead End Bar next. I just want to go down here in the light because I could. Look at me. I look so special. Okay, let's go to Dead End Bar. I really wish they would put a waypoint closer to the Dead End Bar, considering how many times you have to go there. And it makes you walk every time. Waka time. Waka waka waka. Ooh. 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 I could part-time bounce. I'm pretty bouncy. Nobody cares about when you grow up, kid. Nabjor. Alright, connecting the pieces. Is this one of the achievements that we were missing? It is at the Dead End Bar. Why am I... There we go. Story journal? We want... Is it Escape from Lion's Arch? No. Battle for Lion's Arch. Yes. No, it's Letter from Dad. The Dead End Celebration. Okay. Well, connecting the pieces it is then. It always looks like she's wearing a mask in that picture. Meet with Marjorie and Casimir. Ha ha ha!
Lace curtains here, linen tablecloth there, and a sign out front that says Delacroix Investigations. Or,
Stop. No curtains. No tablecloth. And most of all, no sun.
but,
No.
but,
Okay, maybe curtains. But only if they're black.
I can see you're tired and cranky. We'll talk about it some other time. Rox,
Come in. Join us, please. Where's Graham?
Don't acknowledge my presence, I
He's
see.
dealing with that Asuran cub, his new friend.
It's nice of him to see you're home.
He's a good guy, that Brad.
Yeah, he's alright.
Long time no see. You should hear what happened. My friends at the Priory delivered everything they had on Scarlet. I also called in Vort, the Arcane Council's point person. He's collaborating with us remotely.
We need your help sifting through the evidence. We have our own theories, but we could use another opinion.
These recordings were found near Scarlet's lab in Lornar's Pass. You should listen to them first.
So they bought the bar, I guess is what we're assuming here? The more I understand about how that maniac thinks, the more scared I get. We have to learn everything we can. She hiccups when she gets nervous. My scroll pile on Scarlet Briar is 3 hands high. We'll get to the bottom of this, or my name isn't Marjorie Delacroix. Agreed. Or my name isn't Torthen Stormhold.
You've seen me through my awakening, Mender Ceramon. Thank you. But I'm awake now, so you can leave me alone. Synergetics is endlessly fascinating. It seeks to define the eternal alchemy. The other colleges work within that definition. The potential of golems interests me. Combining dynamics design with static versatility makes just about anything possible. I like Teo. More importantly, I need to advance my theories quickly, and nobody's better at quick results than the Inquest. Today will be monumental. With OMAD's support, I shall finally see past this world, and into the eternal alchemy.
There's some OMAD there.
Scarlet rejected the Pale Tree because she wanted independence. What if Omad's machine cost her that?
So that was a little bit tough to make sense of without context. It was just like random bits and pieces. Alright, well, let's keep on looking and see if we could maybe get some more context.
The moles get magic, Flame gets gear, and I get the weaponry I need. Everybody wins.
Okay, we know this part.
Lion's Arch needs softening up first, so we infiltrate its halls of power and neuter its defenses from the inside.
Okay, that's my Trin.
The theme is humanity can withstand any test. It's like they're begging me to prove them wrong. It's laughable! See?
And Divinity's Reach, okay.
Air superiority wins wars, so build me a comparable fleet, or I'll kill you all and replace you with hollows.
Ether Pirates, but still, like...
Once more, my esteemed snaky friend. You're doing this for Obelisk
Crate,
Shard.
okay.
You want direct access to your profits, right? Then do as I say.
Scarlet deceived each of her allies into thinking they'd gain something from working for her. She'd make a great minister.
So this is all stuff we already knew, though. Like, this isn't helping us understand anything. Like, it's just rehashing information we're already aware of.
Ever since I came out of Omad's machine, you've been taking credit for my ideas. They're mine, not yours.
Okay, there's somebody else. That's new, I
Let me
think.
be clear. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing it for me. Nobody tells me what to do. Not ever. It's not true. None of it. I don't have to listen to you. Get out of my head!
Oh, there's not another person. It's...
I wonder if the voices in her head are real. What if what she saw in Omad's machine grabbed hold of her? Ironic that she rejected the Pale Tree to exert her independence, only to lose it to something else.
These other items are all pieces of the puzzle. Examine each one and let us know how you think it fits.
Okay, so I had forgotten about these recordings, honestly. But it's pretty clear, like... This one, the first one, I still feel like wasn't all that. I think it's just referencing OMAD. But you can pretty clearly see the escalation of these that, yeah, she used Omad's machine, something happened, and now she's got, like, a voice or voices in her head that are telling her what to do, and she doesn't like that.
I'll never forget how close we came to disaster. When I think about those spores spreading their toxins across Tyria, it boils my blood.
The Nightmare Court and Crate do make a volatile combination. Scarlet popped some horrifying alchemy there.
I still have nightmares about that tower. I doubt I'm the only one. At least Jory was able to find the antitoxin. Can we test it on this sample? Scarlet would have spread her toxins all over Tyria if we'd let her. It's a good thing we found the antidote. She allied with Crate and Nightmare Courtiers to do so. Why would she do such a thing? There's a cover to grow the fake prophet. No. The Courtiers grew the plant and the Crate made it toxic. The combination was a poison. I think probably that one. Yeah, she didn't need... yeah, so it's got to be this one. Component of
Sample is resistant
Omad's.
to the antitoxin we used against the Nightmare Tower poison.
Jory, we didn't stop her plan. We just showed her how to make a stronger poison that could wipe out an entire city.
Well, oopsie daisy then.
This is Synergetics Headmaster Omad's isolation module. A Sylvari named Kiara went in. Scarlet came out.
Oh, I've been saying
Ciara.
Ciara. It's
Kiara's
Kiara.
aura patterns before and after. The schism is pronounced and dramatic.
Yes, I remember Professor Omad. He outsmarted me in several polymock tournaments. I'm sure he cheated, but that's beside the point. He never should have put Kiara in that tube. Or that cube. What can you tell me about the cube? His notes say its purpose was to shut down the mind's security system and open it, like opening a door, to welcome in the truths of the eternal alchemy. But our minds are protected for a reason. Omad must have faked the vision, and Scarlet believed it. Yeah, that's not likely. The cube made her insane. Her vision is nothing more than her mind breaking. Maybe. When Scarlet looked across the open threshold, she saw things, and something looked back. It's gotta be that one.
Kiara encountered something that literally broke her mind. But the only things in there were things she brought. I surmise she was directly exposed to a part of her own psyche that had been carefully walled off, perhaps for her own protection. We'd need to do far more extensive study of the Sylvari dream before I can draw any more detailed conclusions. What I can conclude now is that she's preparing to strike. Mark my words, Scarlet's next attack is planned and ready.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm buying that. Because he's saying, like, you know, well, it was just what she brought in with her. But it seems pretty obvious that there was at least somewhat of a change.
Scarlet converted part of the Nightmare Court Arbor into her own personal airship factory. She also tormented the Sylvari Firstborn, Kate. She formed this alliance in part to develop hybrid weapons with maximum destructive potential.
So that's part of a dungeon storyline we didn't do, but yeah, it's basically exactly what she said there. Like, she was making airships in Twilight Arbor and messing with Keith while doing so. I heard a rumor that Scarlet has a secret on Keith. We'll learn more about that in Living World Season 2. Something she's holding over Keith's head. Have you heard of this? Something happened between them at Twilight Arbor. What was Scarlet up to there anyway? Scarlet lured Keith to Twilight Arbor and set a trap with ether blades. She was building an airship there. What do you think's happening between those two? They know each other, but you're wrong. It wasn't a trap. Keith raided the airship factory. Keith and Scarlet both admire the Nightmare Court. That must be it. No? Scarlet just wanted to meet the famous Keith of Destiny's Edge. Well, I wasn't really feeling the first one, but the second and third one are definitely not it. So it's got to be this.
Now she has an arsenal of advanced weapons and an air fleet to deliver them. No city is prepared to defend against an aerial attack. Not even Lion's Arch.
Which is silly, because, you know, it's Lion's Arch. Molten Alliance drill!
It's been almost a year since the Molten Alliance attacked the Shiver Peaks. Dredge and Flame Legion together. Who'd have imagined it?
Look closely at how they combine Dredge mechanical knowledge with the Flame Legion's fire magic.
We missed the initial Molten Alliance uprising, but I heard you were there. Maybe you can explain to me what brought the Dredge and Flame Legion together. So earlier I said that Rox and Bram had only known each other for a couple months. I guess it's about a year, which I guess is longer, but it's still... And they weren't really together the whole time. I believe it was for Magitech development. Exactly. Sonic weaponry combined with flame magic. They repurposed Dredge mining suits for use as Char battle armor. I think she was developing a sonic magical device other than weapons. I mean, we had evidence of that, right, in like the research that they were working on. She obviously wanted a battle suit to keep her safe, all the pieces fit, but she doesn't wear a battle suit, so no. The Dredge were fodder, nothing more. She was after Flame Legion magic. No, she was definitely using the tech. So, it's this one.
So Dredge sonic technology can be used for probing underground.
Yeah.
And Scarlet's been looking for ley lines with those probes. She's after the ley lines underneath Lion's Arch.
Oh, you said the same thing, Jinx.
Dragon Bash was supposed to be festive, until Scarlet killed people with her flying pirates.
Keel did an excellent job documenting the assassination of Counselor Theo Ashford during Dragon Bash.
You should really return this case file before she notices you purloined it.
Well, that's not the best. I still can't believe my Trin thought she could get a seat on the Captain's Council. I'm glad you... What? Is that what she was doing? Okay, no, anyway. I'm glad we met you that day. She had to be stopped. My Trin's Etherblade friends just freed her from Lion Guard custody. That's bad news. Mai's ruthless, and now she's free to get back to doing Scarlet's dirty work again. Mai used Scarlet for her own political ambitions. Doesn't seem that way. I like that you can see Rox's tail in the shadows there. It's actually kind of distracting. Scarlet wanted a pawn on the Captain's Council, probably that. Theo Ashford was involved with Scarlet, and she betrayed him. No, I think she wanted a pawn.
Scarlet plotted to kill someone on the Captain's Council to make room for her puppet.
With Trin in place on the council, she could have weakened the city's defenses from the inside. That plan backfired, but Trin escaped to the mists to prepare for something.
For something, indeed. A journal.
I almost feel sorry for Scarlet after reading her journal. If only she didn't use Omad's machine, she might be a sane flower.
Those are the ramblings of a crazy murderer. Make no mistake, honey. She enjoys killing. She needs to be found and put down.
I wake from nightmares, screaming, confused, and scared. It's getting worse. We've seen these before. Every night, same terrors. Yep. And the nightmare starts. No matter how hard I try to escape, it keeps calling me. We read this before in the instance. We're good. Taunting me, possessing me. I stared in the abyss and it stared back at me. So much power. Control of my world, of myself, slipping through my hands. No longer scared. It communicated with me through the images of death and destruction. Casimir, we've never seen this side of Scarlet. She's made our lives miserable for months now. Still, if this journal is true, then I almost feel a little sorry for her. What do you suppose it all means? Get a visit from the random spooky spook that we see every now and then. Still don't know what that's about. She's made her... Oh, yeah. So, what do you suppose it all means? It's a ploy. Maybe a Scarlet thing. Voices, visions, violence. It's clear she's just plain crazy. Again, I don't think so. Something is driving her. Something she was afraid of, but has since embraced. That seems like what we're hearing from that journal right there.
Scared? What could possibly frighten someone like Scarlet?
She saw something while hooked up to Omad's machine. Something that broke her. She's hearing voices in her head. But what are they telling her to do?
You know, something they mentioned in that is, like, Scarlet's been, torturing us for months. And I know when Living World was originally releasing, it was, like, every couple of, like, weeks or whatever, you got, like, a new chunk. So, like, it was over the course of, like, a year that you got this. But you kind of lose that in translation when you do it all at once like this. Like, I don't really feel the months of contemplating, and I guess that's why they're doing this, is to like recap everything that you might have forgotten over that time. But like, I don't know, it's still kind of cool to like go through this and kind of make these deductions based on what we're seeing.
That's a piece of one of Scarlet's probes. We theorize that this agitated the jungle worms.
Oh, and then that's another thing we didn't do. In Bloodtide Coast, there's 3 big old giant jungle worm heads that you fight as like a world boss sort of thing. It's entirely optional, but they're referring to it here, so that's one of the things that the probes did. That is a piece from one of Scarlet's probes. Best we can deduce, they're searching for something. Of course, they also woke a 3-headed worm and drove it to the surface. You think a probe caused that? Unequivocally. Blech. My colleagues believe it was the magisonic dissonance the probes emit that disturbed the worm. You have a theory for that? For what she was looking for with the probe? Sure, I'm betting it's an artifact, probably a Sylvari-related one. Doubt that, because Sylvari are only, like, what, 25 years old? As a race? I don't think there'd be a buried, hidden artifact somewhere from them. The probes are just bombs she put out to scare us. Well, they didn't blow up, so they're not bombs. The probes are magical and spread out. She's closing in on a magical location. Yeah, didn't we decide earlier with Taimi that it was ley lines?
That's a puzzler.
That's all we gotta say on that one? Okay. Did I get that one wrong or something? I don't think it would be any of the other ones.
If you examine the steam creature closely, you can identify similarities to Scarlet's clockwork machines in its design.
It's like she's modified the Watch Knights with the same engineering.
These steam creatures have been around for a while, and we've pondered their origins with no success. Now it seems we have our first clue. They share many of the qualities of Scarlet's designs. I wonder... I don't have a good enough memory to remember if steam creatures were around back when I played this game at launch. I wonder if they were in there the whole time, and they were either planning Scarlet or just co-opted like an existing mystery, or if they added the steam creatures in when they started doing Living World stuff. Scarlet was able to seize control of Queen Jenna's Watch Knights and twist them into a similarly threatening minions. Noah. Are you suggesting that the human queen... What exactly are you suggesting? That the queen hired Scarlet to make her Watch Knights, obviously. That the queen modeled her Watch Knights on the steam creatures, that's much more likely, because she didn't seem to know who Scarlet was. That Scarlet was attracted to the quality of the Watch Knight design. I think it's probably going to be this middle one.
The Watch Knights and the steam creatures use common parts. That would explain how Scarlet gained control of the Watch Knights. Their obedience makes them perfect infantry units for assaulting a fortified location.
Okay, seems like it was probably the right one then. Still not sure if I was right on the probe one. Cooling rod.
Priory teams recovered this cooling rod from the Thaumanova reactor disaster. It's steeped in dragon magic.
That's one I haven't even done on my main character. I think it's like a Eye of the North thing, like where you can go back and experience events of the past, and like the Thaumanova reactor in Maguma like melted down or something, and you get the option to go like re-experience that, but I've never done it before, so I don't know. You saw it, right? The Thaumanova reactor? No, I didn't. What a terrible disaster. Ellen Keel's investigation uncovered Scarlet's involvement as a special consultant to the inquest. What are Keel's conclusions? She believes Scarlet blew the place up to sow terror. One sleuth to another, that's too easy. If we theorize that all Scarlet's moves have been connected, she must have been after something. I agree, but why? What else has Scarlet said? Mostly crazed prattle. Now that's interesting. Keel's report says Scarlet called the energy flowing into the reactor dragon energy. She also talked about the ley lines that crisscross Tyria. So the ley lines are dragon energy, and that's why she's looking for it? Which makes you wonder what the thing in her head is. It all tracks back to the ley lines. We know she's been actively researching them. I'm feeling really strongly about that one. I'm inclined to agree with Keel. Scarlet's crazy. She doesn't need a reason to blow people up. They really want us to go with the whole, like, Scarlet's just crazy and there's no other explanation line, because that's been the option in, like, half of these at least. I'm suspicious of the inquest connection. I bet they're behind all this. No, because we clearly saw from this stuff that Scarlet was manipulating the Inquest. So, ley lines.
Scarlet and the Inquest turned a risky research experiment into a time bomb so they could study how it ticked. They also discovered new info about ley lines. The Scarlet is using that info to plan her next major attack. It's coming soon.
Okay, last one. Watchwork
It's
Fragments.
so like Scarlet to ruin someone's big day. Poor Queen Jenna, celebrating 10 years of rule only to have it marred by killer automatons.
Automatons? Automatons. Automatons. But not automatons.
Don't fret, Angel. Ever since Queen's Jubilee, it's been quiet as a corpse.
So it hasn't moved for a while, which means there's no threat from it whatsoever. First time you saw Scarlet, she was attacking my city and my queen. Casualties were heavy, mostly civilian. The Seraph chalked it up to a random act of violence. Little did they know. It was all part of her plan. So it seems. We now know she'd been moving behind the scenes for some time, but she chose that moment to show herself. Why? Jealousy. She has a grudge against Queen Jenna and wanted her to suffer. I feel like Scarlet can be jealous, but that's not going to drive her to do anything rash. To get the Watch Knights, controlling them required her personal touch. I don't know about that, maybe? I agree with the Seraph, she chose Divinity's Reach at random. Well, it clearly wasn't at random, because we know, like, from over there, for example, that she was aware of the ceremony, and, like, so it's got to be the Watch Knights one, even though I wasn't feeling too strong about that.
I think our friend is onto something.
Not bad. The clockwork horrors from the Jubilee must have been Scarlet's second draft. Scarlet got crafty. Instead of pairing up two splinter factions, she stole an entire fighting force, and then she upped the ante with that giant marionette.
You don't need that kind of firepower unless you're going to attack something really big.
Let's review the evidence. Kiara entered Omad's device, saw something terrifying, and emerged as Scarlet Bride. She came out insane, but there's a method to her madness. We know from Thaumanova that she's researching magical energy and ley lines. She's used Molten Alliance Magitech to locate ley lines. We know that there are ley lines in Lion's Arch, among other places. She's built her own personal army. Crate and Nightmare Court, Pirates and Inquest, Dredge and Flame Legion, and most of all, her clockwork horrors. She tricked her subordinates into doing her bidding with promises of power, resources, or other gains. She modified her poison to be resistant to our antitoxin. She could use it against an army or a city. My Trin is preparing the Aether Blades in the mists for a big attack. There's a mists portal in Lion's Arch.
Jory, Lion's Arch is her target. We have to warn Ellen.
I'll warn her. I'll let you know when I hear back. Make your preparations. Everything has been building toward a single, devastating attack. May the gods show us mercy.
I'm sure it won't be too late. Nothing to worry about. But again, like, I see how that could be, like, a little bit redundant and boring for some people. But I do kind of like the whole idea of, like, putting all the ideas together.
About 6 months ago, I was just minding my own business, and
She posted a help wanted sign, and I was looking for someone to help.
So you met only 6 months ago. It seems like you've been together longer.
It
I noticed
does.
her before that. Around the same.
You have? You never told me that.
Oh, that's cute. I like them. They're
So,
cute.
You're a mated pair?
We're currently in negotiations.
Come here, Frostbite.
What about you, Rock?
She's like, get away from him.
Anyone special in your life?
No. There was once, but he was killed.
I'm sorry. Was he in your old warband? Graham said you were a Gladian.
Ram talks too much.
Yeah, he does.
Don't be mad. We're your friends.
Yeah, what are friends for? If not for sticking our noses in each other's business.
But yeah, I do actually like Casimir and Marjorie a lot as like a couple. They're a cute couple. Although, from what I've seen in Living World Season 3, it seems like they're maybe on the rocks, but I haven't finished Living World Season 3, so I don't know. On the rocks. That wasn't an intentional pun. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, I just like the idea of, like, you get all the info together and, like, you kind of lay it out there and make some deductions, and you kind of realize, you know, midway through it that, oh man, Lion's Arch is in trouble, and then they come to that conclusion there. It's just kind of like a fun little process. You should rest a while before you head out again. Eat, drink, recharge. It's really weird that she called Frostbite away from them with that timing, though. Like, I thought she was going to, like, leave or something, but she was just like, oh, you're a couple? Frostbite, come here! Like, get away from them! Frostbite's getting big, though. He's a big boy now. Good call. Say, I wanted to ask, how did your mate die? In a mine cave-in with the rest of my warband. His name was Nonus Pickflea. Known as Pickaxe. Pickflea was his nickname. We teased him. We'd been best friends since the Farrar. I'm so sorry. We were the Pick Warband, best miners in the region. We could turn out more ore in a day than any other warband. Was it hard for you, left alone like that? They were my family. I still miss them, every last one. I understand. Well, that sucks, Rox. I'm sorry. Let's read our mail. Emergency! Lion's Arch is being invaded. Oh no, we're too late. To all Tyrians, this is a general emergency warning. A few hours ago, a massive flying platform has entered Sanctum Harbor, bringing destruction and spreading a lethal miasma over the city. Furthermore, Aetherblade airships, molten portals, and toxic forces are overwhelming the Lion Guard response. Some of the citizenry is still trapped inside the city limits. We're calling on all available heroes to assist in the evacuation efforts. Lion's Arch needs you. If you can, please report to the forward camps in Gandarian Fields, Bloodtide Coast, and Lornar's Pass at once. Captain's Council, Lion's Arch. Head to the gates of Lion's Arch to aid in the evacuation. Well, I'll tell you what. We did a lot of story stuff there, which always, like, kind of mentally tires me out a little bit. And we're just about to move into action time. And I still need to, like, go do some grocery shopping and stuff, and I'm still a little bit tired from earlier. So I will almost definitely be on later tonight, now that, I'm not doing the Commander night that I was planning to do. So, if you have time, come by. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!